Hi guys, how have you been? Welcome back to the African Print-Ankara channel, and today we are going to be making this kaftan box dress. So this is my fabric. I only used 2 yards. I bought only 2 yards of this fabric, and then it was folded in half. And then this is my other dress that I owned that I just used to get measurements. Then I just laid it on top of my fabric like so, and then on one edge I now just laid out my ruler, and then I just drew a straight line. This was for the hemming allowance. Then I just used pinking shears, and then I cut straight across. So now I went and I marked from the top corner. I marked about 8 inches down, and then about 6 inches going inside. Then I also did the same for the bottom. Then I took a ruler and then I joined those 2 lines. This was about 16 inches, 16 to 17 inches long. Then I also went on to do the same thing on the other side. And there I just tilted the fabric. So if you didn't get that, I made sort of like a diagram to explain this better. And then now you fold your fabric in half, and then you get the exact half of the fabric, and right on the exact half on the top corner you now start to mark 5 inches going around. Then when you cut the neckline, you only cut on the front only, on the top fabric only. And then I just continued to cut like that. And so how you get this 5 inches is by going down to the bottom of your neck where your neck starts, and then you measure down to where you want your neckline to be. So this is sort of like a little piece for the interfacing for the neckline. You can also go ahead and iron on some interfacing into this little piece of fabric. This is what I'm going to use to line the neck. And then I fold in on one edge, on the outer edge. I just fold in about 1 centimeter inside, and then I iron it. Then after that I go into the sewing machine, and then I just sew right round it. Then I also do the same thing to the other smaller piece. Then I sew on that edge that I ironed inside. So now I take those pieces to my main garment onto the neckline, and then I put them right sides facing each other like that, and then I just pin on those edges. And then I will also attach the little piece that goes onto the back, and then after that I just go ahead and then I attach those pieces on the sewing machine. So after attaching, I now flip them over, and then I go and then I iron the pieces down and just make sure everything is flat and pressed out. So as you can see, the neckline is now neat and there are no raw edges showing. And then I come to all the other edges, and there was just ironing them in preparation for hemming. So all the edges, like right round, they all need to be hemmed. As you can see, everything needs to be hemmed. So after hemming, the last step is to now go and now join the two pieces of fabric, the front and the back, on those lines that we drew previously. And then after that, I now marked about 1 inch or 1.5 inch on my waist, and this needs to be exactly on your waist. You can use your sewing machine and just basically do a buttonhole, but I just decided to just do it using my hands. If you have done a buttonhole before using your hand, this is basically what I was doing, and it's a mini blanket stitch, just to make sure that hole does not fray.
I'm the guy you never heard of. So back it up and put it on a brother. Baby girl, I know you're one murder. Your face, your eyes, looking very nice. The way you wind, I want you to be my so make you turn it up and put it on me. Girl, make you follow me and be my only. So make you go down, girl. Oh Lord, make you slow down, girl. Oh Lord, so make you go down, girl.
And there I was preparing the fabric that I'm going to use as sort of like a belt to tie on the waist, and this was 5 inches wide and 2 yards long. Then the first step is to fold in those edges. Also fold in the edges at the ends, and then folding it in half and then pressing it down before I go and sew that edge on the sewing machine.
So make you show them that you got it. The way that you wind that booty on me, you make me wanna sign that booty for me. I'll do you anywhere when you turn me on. You looking at me, girl, me say carry on. Say girl, I really like the way that you carry your body. Say girl, you can stand by me anywhere all day, girl.
Then when I'm done, I now just insert that tie fabric in the 2 holes on either side of the dress. So there I'd inserted the tie belt thing, yes, you can see, and then I just tie it. This is just to give it some shape. And this is a very simple design, and it was so easy to make, you guys. I'm also going to put in some links of my previous dress DIYs that I've done on this channel. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again.